Hello, I'm Craig Jarrow from the Time Management Ninja, and today, this Friday, I thought I would answer some quick reader questions. I wanted to start a weekly video segment where I can provide some quick tips and let readers ask some questions. So we took some questions the other day via Twitter and Facebook, and this morning I thought I'd talk through a few of them. So let's jump right in, and our first question comes from Carla in New York, and she says, how do I resist the temptation to answer an email or do a task that only takes 2 minutes? Well, there's two sides to this. There's some very powerful aspects to doing things right away, especially those small tasks that don't need to pile up and you can get done in just a minute or two. Of course, the flip side of that is if you let every small task, every little email, get in the way of you getting to your big work, your big tasks and projects, you just won't be effective. So I think my advice here is to, put some limits, put some boundaries around those small tasks. Whether it's things as simple as email or cleaning up, whatever it may be, use a timer even if you need to limit the amount of time you do that, because otherwise, you see people that spend their entire day in email, going from one to the next to the next to the next. So put some boundaries around it and stay out of those time sinks, whether it's Facebook or email or whatever it may be. Our next question today comes from Shaylin in Pennsylvania. Hope I got that right, Shaylin. And she says, our morning routines bog me down. How can I simplify and get out the door faster? Getting out the door in the morning is often a stressful event for many people, trying to get to work on time. My advice here is to go back to zero here and take a look at everything you're doing in the mornings. A lot of people have what I would call self-defeating behaviors when it comes to getting out the door on time, whether it's watching news or checking their email or getting on Facebook in the morning. In fact, there was an interesting demographic that came out, a statistic that came out the other day that 18 to 34-year-olds, 48% of them check their email or Facebook before they leave for work in the morning. So take a look at those time-wasting activities that you may be incorporating unknowingly into your morning. That could help you out. Another piece of advice here is to prepare the night before. And I'm not saying you need to lay everything out and be ready to jump in and jump out the door in the morning, but simple things, whether it's preparing your lunch or making sure that your clothes are ready. We've all had that morning where we get up and we find out nothing's clean, right? Discover that night before. A little preparation can prevent a lot of stress in the morning. Our final question today comes from Javier in Sweden, and he says, it's actually more of a statement than a question, but he says, I need the day to have 36 hours. School and work, combining them both is a problem, and having a life. Well, the balance issue is a big question for a lot of us, but I'm not sure I can give you 36 hours in the day, but my advice here, Javier, would be there's a lot of things we can do to maximize our hours in the day. One of my favorites is what I call time shifting, which is basically doing when others are not. There's a lot of things we can do at different times during the day to give us more time to ourselves, such as not going to the gym during peak hours, or changing your commute just a little bit can save you a lot of time. I know some people who can go to work 15 minutes earlier and save themselves almost 45 minutes on the road. So those are some things we can do. And then another thing to maximize your time is, I look at what you perhaps need to stop doing to maximize your time. I wrote a post recently, which I'll put a link below to, called 10 things you need to stop doing now to be more productive. Because sometimes, again, it's those self-defeating behaviors that are keeping us from having more time in our day. So thank you very much. I appreciate the reader questions. We'll try and do this on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So please submit your questions. I'll put some posts on Facebook and on Twitter. And thank you very much for visiting the Time Management Ninja. I appreciate your support, and I hope to see you soon.